Now coming to next microwave passive device, that is EH plane T junction, now also called as magic T, also called as hybrid T. Next microwave passive device, that is EH plane T junction, it is also called as magic T, it is also called as hybrid T. Now if you see the structure, this is the structure of your magic T. Now if you see its structure, now it is a this is your H plane T, port 1 port 2, and this particular thing is your H plane T. Port 1 port 2 with this particular thing is your E plane T, combination of H plane T plus E plane T, that's why it is called EH plane T, right? Now here it contains 4 ports, port 1 port 2 port 3 and port 4, right? Now let us, it is a combination of E plane T property plus H plane T property, right? Now you know E plane T property and H plane T property, right? Now let me say about the EH plane T property, which is a combination of E plane T property and H plane T property. If you see this is your main waveguide, right? Now to this main waveguide we are making a slot along its width, and we are inserting port 3, and we are making another slot along its broader dimension, and we are inserting port 4, right? Here we have to make 2 slots along width and along broader dimensions, and we are inserting port 3 and port 4 to it. Now here rectangular, this particular main waveguide is cut along its width, and we are inserting port 3, and along its breadth or nothing but the broader dimensions, and we are inserting port 4, right? Now to this main waveguide we are making 2 slots along its width and along its broader dimension, and we are inserting port 3 into it, and we are inserting port 4 into it. Now this is the structure of your magic T. Now port 1 and 2 are collinear to each other, and port 3 is your H arm and port 4 is your E, right? Now this is a combination of EH plane T. Here we have to make 2 slots along its width and along its broader dimension. Now along its width, after making slot, we have to insert this particular rectangular waveguide only. Now it makes a H arm, and we have to insert after making slot along its breadth or the broader dimensions, we are inserting another waveguide, that is through that will act as E arm, which is denoted by port 4, right? Now coming to its property, now if I give input power from port 1 and 2, right? If I give input power from port 1 and 2, input power is given from port 1 and 2. Now let us assume input power is given as A, and here also A, right? Now where you'll get output you'll get it as from port 3, which is the addition of those two input powers, that is 2A, and A minus A, that is 0, right? Now if I give both combination of E plane T property and H plane T property, if I give input power from port 1 and port 2, which are equal in magnitude and phase, output at port 3 will be addition of those two input powers, and output at port 4 will be subtraction of those two input powers. Now this 180 degrees phase shift you are getting because of change in the electric field line direction under your E plane T, right? Now if I give input power from port 3 only, if I give input power from port 3 only, that is some amount of power A, right? Now where you will get output port 1 and port 2, which are equal in magnitude and phase, right? Now if I give input power from port 4, output is collected at port 1 and 2, which are out of phase by 180 degrees. It is a combination of E plane T property and H plane T property, right? Now 3 properties. If I give input power from port 1 and port 2, output at port 3 will be addition of those two input powers, and output at port 4 will be subtraction of those two input powers. This 180 degrees phase shift you are getting because of change in the electric field. That is one property. Now if I give input power from port 3 only, now the power is getting divided between port 1 and 2, which are equal in magnitude and phase, right? Now if I give input power from port 4, output is collected at port 1 and 2 only, port 1 and 2 only, which are out of phase by 180 degrees. Now that 180 degrees phase shift is due to change in the electric field length, right? Now this is about the property of magic T. It is a combination of E plane T property and H plenty property. Now how many ports it contains? 4 ports, right? It contains 4 ports. Now the order of S will be 4 by 4, right? Now the order of S will be 4 by 4. Now I will say all the properties, right? Now I will say all the properties. You have to derive its scattering matrix, right? You have to derive its scattering matrix, right? Now it contains 4 ports. Now the order of scattering matrix is 4 by 4. Now let us define its scattering matrix with order 4 by 4. Now S will be S11, S12 and S13, S14, S21, S22, S23, S24, S31, S32, S33, S34 and S41, S42, S43 and S44. Now this is S matrix with order 4 by 4. Now we have to find out individual scattering parameter value, right? Now this is about EH plenty, combination of E plenty plus H plenty. You know E plenty property and H plenty property. Those two properties together combination will make you a EH plenty property, right? Now since it contains 4 ports, order will be 4 by 4. Now this is the scattering matrix of with order 4 by 4, right? Now we know S is a symmetric matrix, right? S is a symmetric matrix, right? From the property of S matrix, S is a symmetric matrix, that is Sij equals to Sji, right? Now S12 will be equals to S21 and S13 equals to S31 and S14 equals to S41 and similarly S23 equals to S32 and S34 equals to S43 and another one is S24 equals to S42, right? Now since S is a symmetric matrix, that is Sij equals to Sji. Now S12 equals to S21 and S13 equals to S31 and S14 equals to S41 and S23 equals to S32 and S34 equals to S43 and S24 equals to S42. Now from the property of symmetric matrix you will get this values, right? Now from E plane now from H plenty property, now third port is HR, right? Now port 3 is HR, right? Now port 4 is your EM, right? Now from H plenty property, now if I give input power from your H arm, nothing but your port 3. Now where you will get output power? Port 1 and port 2. Output power is port 1 and port 2, which are equal in magnitude and phase, right? Now from the H plenty property, right, if I give input power from your H arm, nothing but your port 3, right? Input power from H arm will result output power from port 1 and port 2, which are equal in magnitude and phase. That's why S13 equals to S23, right? Now from E plenty property, now you have, now E arm is your port 4, right? E arm is your port 4. Now if I give input power from your E arm, where you will get output power, right? Where you will get output power? Port 1 and port 2, but out of phase by 180 degree. That's why S14 equals to S minus S24. E plenty, if I give input power from this particular E arm, output power you will get from port 1 and port 2, which are out of phase by 180 degrees, and this phase shift you are getting because of change in the electric field line direction. That's why S14 equals to minus S24. From E-plane T property, EM is your port 4, right? Now if I give input power from your EM, output is collected at port 1 and port 2, which are out of phase by 180 degrees. That's why S14 equals to minus S24, right? S14 equals to minus S24. Now port 3 and 4 are perfectly matched. Port 3 and port 4 are perfectly matched, which indicates there won't be any output power from the or any reflections or the output power from that particular ports. That's why S33 equals to 0 and S44 equals to 0, right? S44 equals to 0, right? Now if you see this property, you have to say me, and one more one is included. Now if I give input power from port 3, port 3 is nothing but your, if I give input power from port 3, right, now you are getting output power from port 1 and port 2, which are equal in magnitude and phase, but you are not getting any output power from port 3. That means input is given through port 3 and output collected at port 4, this will be 0, right? And similarly, if I give input power from port 4, output you are getting from port 1 and 2, which are out of phase by 180 degrees, but no output power from port 3. That's why S34 is also 0, right? S34 is also 0. Now input given from port 3 results no output from port 4. That means S43. Input power given from port 3 results no output power from port 4. That S43 is also 0, and vice versa. That means opposite. Input given from port 4, output collected at port 3 will also be 0. See, if I give input power from port 4, you won't get any output power from port 3. If you want, you can check. If I give input power from port 3, you won't get any output power from port 4. You won't get any output power from port 4. That's why those will be 0. S43 is 0 and S34 is also 0. Now substituting all these properties in your S matrix, right? I am substituting all these properties in your S matrix, and I am writing final S matrix, right? Now S is nothing but S11, S12, S13 and S14, S21, S22, S23 and S24, S31, S41, S32, S42, S33, S43, S34, S44, right? Now substitute all the properties, right, and I am writing final S matrix. S11 remains the same, S12 remains the same, S13 remains the same, S14 remains same, right? Now what is S21? Now S21 equals to S12. From which property? Symmetric property. Now S22 remains same. Now S23 equals to S13. From which property? H-plane T property, right? From H-plane T property, now S23 equals to S13. Now what is S24? From E-plane T property, S24 equals to minus S14. Now what is S31? S13 from symmetric property, and S32 equals to S23 from symmetric property, and that is equals to S13 from H-plane T property. Two properties, S32 equals to S23 from symmetric property, and S23 equals to S13 from H-plane T property. Now port 3 is perfectly matched, that will be 0. Now input given from port through and output collected at port 3, 0, right? Now S41 equals to S14 from symmetric property. Now S42 equals to S24 from symmetric property, and that S24 equals to minus S14 from E-plenty property. Both symmetric property and E-plenty property, that results S42 equals to minus S14. Now if I give input power from port 3, you won't get any output power from port 4. That's why S43 is also 0, and port 4 is perfectly matched. That's why S44 is also 0. Right, now this is your final S matrix after substituting all S values. Right, now S is a unitary matrix, that is S into S conjugate equals to I. S is a unitary matrix, that is S into S conjugate equals to I. Right, now what is S that we got? That is S11, S12, S13, S14, S12, S22, S13 minus S14, S13, S13, 0, 0, and S14 minus S14, 0, 0. Now this S matrix into its conjugate, that is S11 conjugate, S12 conjugate, S13 conjugate, S14 conjugate, S12 conjugate, and S22 conjugate, S13 conjugate minus S14 conjugate, S13 conjugate, S13 conjugate, 0, 0, S14 conjugate minus S14 conjugate, 0, 0. Now this is equals to identity matrix of order 4 by 4, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Now this is equals to identity matrix of order 4 by 4. Right, now multiply row 1 with column 1. Same procedure you have to follow. Now multiply row 1 with now multiply R1 C1 row 1 with column 1. Right, now this row 1 with column 1. Now what you'll get? Mod S11 square plus mod S12 square plus mod S13 square plus mod S14 square. Now that is equals to 1. R1 C1. Now this is the equation that you are getting. Now represent it as equation number 1. Right, now similarly R2 C2 row 2 with column 2. Right, row 2 with column 2. Now this you will get it as mod S12 square plus mod S22 square plus mod S13 square plus mod S14 square. Now this is equals to 1. Now represent it as equation number 2. Now R3 C3, if I multiply row 3 with column 3, what you will get? Mod S13 square plus mod S13 square. Now this is equals to 1. Right, now from this equation S13 you will get it as 1 by root 2. Now this is your equation number 3. Right, now similarly R4 C4. Right, mod S14 square plus mod S14 square. Now that is equals to 1. Now S14 value you will get it as 1 by root 2. Now represent it as equation number 1. Right, now compare equation 1 and 2. Right, if I compare equation 1 and 2, what you will get? Now this is your equation number 1, mod S11 square. Now S12 square, S13 square, S14 square equals to 1. Right, now what is equals to what? S11 equals to S22. S11 equals to S22. Now represent it as equation number 5. Now if I compare equation 1 and 2, you are getting it as S11 equals to S22, right? Now coming to next one. Now we know S13 equals to 1 by root 2 and S14 equals to 1 by root 2, right? Now substitute above values in equation. Now you have to substitute these values in equation 1. Now what is equation 1? Mod S11 square plus mod S12 square plus mod S13 square plus mod S14 square. This is equals to 1, right? Now this is your equation number 1, that is mod S11 square plus mod S12 square plus mod S13 square plus mod S14 square. This is equals to 1, right? Now substitute those values in this equation, that is mod S11 square plus mod S12 square. Now 1 by root 2 whole square, you will get half, plus S14 is 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 whole square is half, you will get 1. Now mod S11 square plus mod S12 square, now that is equals to 0. This half plus 1, now 1 minus 1, you will get it as 0, right? Now from this equation S11 equals to minus S12, right? S11 equals to minus S12, right? S11 equals to minus S12. Now substitute S13 equals to 1 by root 2 and S14 equals to 1 by root 2 and S11 equals to minus S12 in equation 2. Now we have to substitute all these values together in equation 2. Now let me write equation 2, that is mod S12 square plus mod S22 square plus mod S13 square plus mod S14 square, that is equals to 1. This is your equation number 2. Now substitute values. Now what is S12? And also S11 equals to S22, right? S11 equals to S22. Now what is S12? S12 equals to S11, right? All this together values, that is S13 is 1 by root 2 and S14 is 1 by root 2 and S11 equals to minus S12 and S11 equals to S22 upon comparison. Now all this together you have to substitute in equation 2. Now what is S12? Minus S11. You have mod over there, that's why I can write it as mod S11 square. Now what is S22? S11, right? Mod S11 square, and this is half and this is half, which is equals to 1. This will get cancelled, that is 2 times of mod S11 square equals to 0. Now S11 equals to 0. We are getting S11 equals to 0. Now S11 equals to minus S12. Now this implies S12 is also 0. Now S11 equals to S22. Now this implies S22 is also 0, right? Now we have found out all S values, right? We have found out all S values. Now the final S matrix we have to write after substituting all S values. Now let us write final S matrix, right? You have S11, S12, right? You have S11, S12, S13, S14, and here you have S12 again, and here you have S22, S13 minus S14, S13, S13 0 0, S14 minus S14 0 0. This is your final S matrix after substituting the properties. Now let us write the values. What is S11? We got 0, right? S11 equals to minus S12, that's why it is also 0. S13 is 1 by root 2, S14 is 1 by root 2. Now S12 is equals to minus S11. S11 we got it as 0. Now S11 equals to S22. Upon comparison of equation 1 and 2, this you will get 0. Now 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2. S13 is 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2, anyhow it is 0. 1 by root 2, 1 by root minus 1 by root 2, 0, 0. Now this is your final S matrix, right? Now we know that B equals to SA, right? B equals to S into A, right? B equals to S into A. Now how many output powers you will have? 4. Output power at port 1, port 2, port 3 and port 4. Scattering matrix is this one, right? And input powers will also be 4 at port 1, port 2, port 3 and port 4, right? Now let us represent in matrix form. Now B1, B2, B3, B4. Output power at port 1, port 2, port 3 and port 4. Now 0, 0, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 0, 0, 1 by root 2, minus 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, minus 1 by root 2, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is S matrix we have found out into its input power at port 1, port 2, port 3 and port 4, right? Now this is after matrix representation. After matrix representation, this is what we are getting, right? Now multiply S with A. Now B1 you will get it as A3 by root 2 plus A4 by root 2, and B2 you are getting it as A3 by root 2 minus A4 by root 2, right? Now similarly B3 is nothing but A1 by root 2 plus A2 by root 2. Multiply this with this. I am writing direct equations. And B4 equals to A1 by root 2 minus A2 by root 2, right? Now we have to prove both E-plane T property and H-plane T property. If we got both E-plane T property and H-plane T property provement, that we using this matrix, if we can prove that both the properties, that means the scattering matrix what we got is correct. If we can't prove both E-plane T property and H-plane T property, that means we have done somewhere wrong, right? Now let us prove E-plane T property and H-plane T property, right? Now consider case 1. Now consider case 1. Input given from port 3 only. Input given from port 3 only. Now consider case 1. Input given from port 3 only, that is A3 equals to A and A1 equals to A2 equals to A4 equals to 0. You are giving input power from port 3 only, that is A3 equals to some amount of power A. You are not giving any input power from port 1, port 2 and port 4, that's why those are 0. Now if I substitute these values in the above equations, now what is B1? You are getting A by root 2 and B2 you are getting it as A by root 2 and B3 is 0 and B4 is also 0. Which property it is? Input given from port 3, nothing but your HM, right? If I give input power from port 3, output is collected at port 1 and port 2, which are equal in magnitude and phase. Which property it is? H-plane T property. H-plane T property, hence proved, right? H-plane T property we got it as hence proved. Input given from port 3, output is collected at port 3 is nothing but your HM. Output is collected at port 1 and port 2, which are equal in magnitude and phase. If you get out of phase, that is nothing but E-plane T property. This is nothing but your H-plane T property, hence proved, right? Now consider case 2. Now consider case 2. Input given from port 4 only. Now what is port 4? Nothing but your EM, right? Input given from port 4 only. A4 equals to A, some amount of power A. Now A1 equals to A2 equals to A3 equals to 0. Input given from port 4, that you are giving input from port 4 only, that is A4 equals to A, and you are not giving any input from port 1, port 2 and port 3, that's why A1, A2, A3 are 0, right? Now if substituting all those values in the equations, now b1 you will get it as a by root 2, and b2 you will get it as minus a by root 2, and b3 you will get it as 0, and b4 you will get it as 0, right? Input given from port 4 nothing but your EM. Output is collected at port 1 and port 2, right? Output is collected at port 1 and port 2, which are out of phase by 180 degrees. Which property it is? E-plane T property. E-plane T property, hence proved, right? Hence proved. We have proved E-plane T property and H-plane T property. Now together we have to prove it, right? Now coming to case 3. Now input given from port 1 and 2 only. Input given from port 1 and 2 only, that is A1 equals to A2 equals to A, and A3 equals to 0, and A4 equals to 0, right? Coming to another case, input given from port 1 and 2, right? Now A1 we are giving input power from port 1 and port 2, that is some amount of power A which are equal in magnitude and phase. We are not giving any input power from port 3 and port 4, right? Now if I substitute these values, B1 you will get it as 0, and B2 you will get it as 0, and B3 you will get it as A by root 2 plus A by root 2, and B4 you will get it as 0, right? If I give input power from port 1 and port 2, addition of those two input powers will result at your H-arm, and subtraction of those two input powers will result at your E-arm, right? Nothing but your E-plane T, both combination E-plane T plus H-plane T property, both combination of E-plane T and H-plane T property. We have proved both E-plane T property and H-plane T property, hence the matrix that we got is correct, right? Now why it is called magic T? Now let me say. Now coming to case 4. Now where input is given from port 1 only, you are giving input from port 1 only. Why it is called magic T? Now that statement I am proving here. Now input, anyhow hybrid is combination, hence it is a combination of E-plane T and H-plane T. It is also called as hybrid T. Now we have proved both E-plane T property and H-plane T property. Now why it is called magic T, that I will say it now. Now input is given from port 1 only. That means A1 equals to some amount of power A, and A2, A3 and A4 are 0, right? Input you are giving from port 1 only, that is some amount of power A. You are not giving any input from port 2, port 3 and port 4. That's why it is A2, A3, A4 are 0. Now substituting those values, now what is B1 that you will get? 0, and B2 is also 0, and B3 is A by root 2, and B4 is A by root 2. Now what it shows, if I give input power from port 1, output is from port 3 and port 4, right? When input power is fed from port 1, now you are not getting any output power from port 3, right? Now though they are collinear ports, they are acting as isolated. Now what is meant by isolated? See, we have seen in previous, input given from port 4, that results no output power from port 3, and similarly input power given from port 3, that results no output power from port 4. That means those port 3 and port 4 are isolated to each other, because if I give input power from that particular ports, you won't get any output power from that particular ports, right? Now here I have said earlier only port 1 and 2 are, we have designed a EH plane T in such a way that port 1 and port 2 are collinear to each other, right? We are designing that EH plane T such that port 1 and port 2 are collinear to each other. Though they are collinear, but they are acting as isolated to each other. That means if I give input power from port 1, you won't get any output power from port 2. Now similarly, if I give input power from port 2, you won't get any output power from port 1. That that is a magic. Though they are collinear, they are acting as isolated. Now that's why it is also called as magic T, right? Why it is called magic T? See, we are designing a EH plane T in such a way that port 1 and port 2 are collinear to each other, right? Now if I give input power from port 1, you won't get any output power from port 2. That statement I have proved here, right? Now similarly, if you give input power from port 2, you won't get any output power from port 1. Though they are collinear to each other, they are acting as isolated, right? Isolation means they won't get any. If I give input power from port 1, you won't get any output power from port 2. Similarly, if I give input power from port 2, you won't get any output power from port 1. Though they are collinear, they are acting as isolated to each other. Now because of this particular collinear variation to isolation, we call it as EH plane T as magic T, right? Now this is why EH plane T is called as magic T, because though they are collinear, they are acting as isolated to each other. Port 1 and 2, though they are collinear, we are designed a EH plane T in such a way that they should be collinear to each other, but they are acting as isolated to each other. That's why it is called magic T. Now where we can use magic T, coming to its application. Now it is used for impedance measurement. Coming to its application, now this is used in impedance measurement. And next one is, it is used as duplexer. Duplexer is nothing but two-way communication, and it is used as mixture, right? Now these are the applications of microwave, right? If you want, you can refer also how they are used, but just I am saying in brief where they are used. Magic T is used for, one is for measurement of impedance, magic T is used, and another one is, it is used as duplexer. Duplexer is nothing but two-way communication, and it is used as mixture. Mixture you will come across under your communication, right? You will know what is that component. You will have a intermediate frequency, right? All this you will come across your communication point of view, and that is also, this magic T is also used as a application of your application as a mixture. Now this is about the application and about the magic T. In next lecture we will see about directional coupler, which is one more microwave passive device. Now there ends the topic of your microwave passive devices, right? Thank you.